What's going on, everybody? It's Brandon, just a plain guy coming back at you today with another model review. And obviously, this aircraft and this airline needs no introduction in the civilized world. But for the sake of this review, I will be reviewing the Emirates by Gemini jets in their Boeing 777-300ER 1-200 scale in the 50th year livery. I think this is a model that everybody should have in their collection. They still do have models of this caliber out on, any retail site that you can find, honestly. So these are not extinct yet. They have a lot more on Jet Collector. They have some on Gemini jets, JC Wings. You can find this model pretty much anywhere. So we're going to get into it a little bit. We're going to talk about how the airline came into being, the history of the airline. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the model review. Okay, so Emirates is one of two flag carriers of the United Arab Emirates. The other one being Etihad. Based in Garhoud, Dubai, the airline is a subsidiary of the Emirates Group, which is owned by the government of Dubai's Investment Corporation of Dubai. As of 2019, it was also the largest airline in the Middle East, operating over 3,600 flights per week from its hub at Terminal 3 of Dubai International Airport. It operates to more than 150 cities in 80 countries across all continents, except Antarctica. Through its fleet of nearly 300 aircraft, cargo activities are undertaken by Emirates Sky Cargo. Okay. Emirates is the world's fourth largest airline by scheduled revenue passenger kilometers flown, and the second largest in terms of freight ton kilometers flown. During the 1980s, Gulf Air began to cut back its services to Dubai. As a result, Emirates was conceived on March 15th, 1985, while backing from Dubai's royal family, with Pakistan International Airlines giving two of the airline's first aircraft. With $10 million in startup capital, it was required to operate independently of government subsidy. Pakistan International Airlines provided free training facilities to Emirates cabin crew at Karachi Airport. The airline was headed by Ahmad bin Saeed, the airline's present chairman. In the years following its founding, the airline expanded both its fleet and its destinations. In October 2008, Emirates moved all operations out Dubai International Airport to Terminal 3. Emirates operates a mixed fleet of Airbus and Boeing wide-body aircraft, and is one of the few airlines to operate an all wide-body aircraft fleet, excluding Emirates Executive. As of March 2023, Emirates is the largest Airbus A380 operator with 119 aircraft in service, and with one aircraft having been retired. Okay, since its introduction, the Airbus A380 has become an integral part of the Emirates fleet, especially on long-haul, high-density routes. Emirates is also the world's largest Boeing 777 operator with 134 aircraft in service. That's pretty good. That's a big fleet. Okay, so a little more on the fleet size. As of January 2022, Emirates operates a fleet of 254 passenger aircraft and 10 cargo aircraft operated by Emirates Sky Cargo. Emirates operates the largest fleet of both the Airbus A380 and the 777-300 aircraft in the world. With one A319 as an executive jet, this is painted in a plain white livery. Emirates has had no narrow-body aircraft in its main fleet since 1995. In July 2014, Emirates finalized an order for 150 Boeing 777X aircraft. This number later reduced, consisting of 35 777-8s and 115 777-9s, and as of October 2017, was expected to become the launch operator for the 777X in mid-2020. In November of 2017, it signed a commitment for 40 787-10s. But by early 2019, it was considering canceling these orders because engine margins were insufficient for the hot Dubai weather in favor of the Airbus A350. Okay. In February 2019, Emirates signed a memorandum of understanding with Airbus for 40 A330-900s and 30 A350-900s, while reducing its total A380 order to 8, with the last one to be delivered in 2022, after which Airbus will cease production of the A380. Emirates received the final A380 registration A6 EVS, built by Airbus on December 16, 2021. It was the 123rd A380 to join the fleet. The delivery officially closing the Airbus A380 production 14 years after the delivery to Singapore Airlines in 2017. In November 2019, Emirates announced an order of 50 A350-900s worth $16 billion that superseded the February Memorandum of Understanding. Also in November 2019, Emirates placed an order of 30 Boeing 787-9 Dreamliners for a value of $8.8 billion with deliveries to commence in 2023, while reducing its order of 777Xs from 150 to 126. In December, Emirates reduced further 777X orders from 126 to 115, being the largest operator of the A380. Emirates maintains its fleet via the MR subsidiary of Safran. Okay. All right, so that's a little bit of... Okay, let's see. We won't go under all that business class economy stuff today. You guys want to get into the model. So yeah, that's a little bit of history. And so we're going to get into the model. I am using my iPhone today, so hopefully the quality is decent. And I think we'll be able to, okay, that's as far as we're going to get into Zoom. So let's get into the nitty gritty. As my boy 777 Diehard Forever likes to say. Okay. So we're coming to the left side of the fuselage. Clearly right here you can see we have our Boeing 777-300ER in bold letters. Also too, we have our, let's see if I can bring this up a little closer. There we go. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, there we go. So we have our Boeing 777-300ER titles. We have our pitot tube, static port, static wicks. We have our cockpit windows. We have our parcel registration on the nose gear. And that little red line right there, if you guys are wondering, that little red line on the nose gear door is for when there's a tow bar pushing this plane out. You can't turn, there's a certain turn radius that you have to make when pushing these wide body aircraft out. Well, not just wide body, but narrow body, you know, any type of aircraft. If you go beyond that red marking, the tow bar has a mechanism in it to where it snaps. Now, most people think you're damaging the plane. That mechanism, when there's a tow bar there, and that red line helps to signal that you're not supposed to go past it, or the tow bar will break. The shear pin of the tow bar will break. Not damaging the nose gear. That's what the mechanism is for. But if you guys were ever wondering what that red line is, you cannot go past that red line when you're pushing out these planes. So if you go down a little more, we got our wheels, we have our hubcaps, we have our landing lights coming to the L1 door. Very detailed, very detailed. We have our markings, we have our door handles, all the mechanisms to open the L1 door. And then we have our beautiful 50-year livery titles on the left side going down the fuselage in that beautiful gold. And we have the Arabic writing as we continue down the fuselage. Okay. We have our inboard landing lights right here. Our inboard landing lights, very realistic. Some come with a jewel to make it more realistic, and then others don't. Okay. And coming down, we have our beautiful, if that was zoom, oh, that's beautiful. We have our beautiful GE90-115B engines by General Electric, and I will show you guys that they do spin. Very detailed all the way down to the exhaust. And you can see our our main landing gears. Got 6 wheels right there. We see our struts and our nose and our we see our struts and our gear doors, and then our wheels right here. Very, very good durable material for the wheels. They do tilt, as you can see. They do tilt, so that's pretty good. Very detailed right there. Okay, and we're gonna get to those engines in a minute. So going down the wing, we have our beautiful raked wingtip right here of that 777. I don't know if you guys can see that. All right, but our beautiful raked wing, and you know, pretty clean, and you know, not really really too much going on right here. But we have our partial, well, no, we have our full registration. Alpha. Let me see if I can. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Alpha 6 Echo George Echo. That's the registration for this aircraft. And if you guys have noticed, you know, Emirates will be changing their tails. Well, they've already changed their tails to a more sportier look. I personally like the regular tail, but you guys can, you know, let me know what you feel. And then coming down, we have our APU exhaust. It's the actual real hole right there, very detailed. Okay. And so we're going to go to these engines now, the General Electric GE90-115B engines. They do spin. I will turn them around for you. Well, I will turn it around for you. The engines do spin, and they spin very well. You know, if you guys want to get an aerosol can or a can of air and try it out for yourself, you can. Very detailed model, very detailed engine cowlings right here. Very clean. Okay. And then we have our engine strike right here. Okay, very beautiful model. As I turn it around, I'll give you a little side view right here. And then we're going to go back to the front of the aircraft. And we have our cockpit windows. All right, we have our cockpit windows. If you guys can see, we have our windshield wipers right here. And we have our nose cone with all the radar and weather sensory features inside. And then going down the fuselage, even though my phone can't zoom in anymore, we have our anti-collision beacon right here. It's a nice little red jewel. I like that feature. Okay, going down to our high sensory antenna right there, to our Wi-Fi box right here for our for our entertainment systems. And then we have some more high sensory antennas going down to the back of the fuselage. Okay. So it's a pretty bird. It's, you know, it's not too busy with a lot of words and titles, but it's just very clean and crisp. Okay. So I give you a little vision of that. And then we're going to go to the right side. Okay. And here we have the Emirates, same thing, Emirates 50-year United Arab in English. Just beautiful. Look at that. It's all about the angles for us, huh? Just beautiful. All right, so going back down to our nose gear, we have our partial registration, GE, George Echo, same red stripe. Warning to not go beyond that limit when towing. We have our nose gear struts. We have our wheels. Pretty same, you know, self-explanatory. Same thing. Boeing 777-300ER. Pitot 2 static wick, static ports. Our one door. Can't really see what this is, but it is in Arabic writing, and it has the 50. We have our forward cargo door right here. You guys can see that, very detailed. Going down. And then on the right side, we have our GE90-115B engine. We have our inboard landing light, and we have our main landing gear, doors, and our struts right there. And just for the sole purpose of this video, I will show you the right side engine as it does spin. If you guys can see that, hopefully you do. The engines do rotate. Okay. And so I'm going to flip it over for you to show you the markings on the wings. So these are These are our emergency exit markings, just in case of a emergency landing. People will come down here and slide off the wing. And it's the same for the other side, if you guys can see it. Excuse me. Okay, so coming down our right side wing, we have our flat slats, ailerons, and spoilers. And if you guys can see it, we have a fuel dump valve right here. And then the same going back up the wing. Okay, and now I'm gonna do a little something different. I'm gonna turn the belly of the plane over so you guys can see it. Oh, there we go. So very clean, very crisp, with the large Emirates titles on the bottom. We have our high sensory antennas right there, if you guys can see them. We have a couple of vents underneath the fuselage right here. Pretty self-explanatory, pretty clean. Okay. And so going forward to the back of the plane, we have our aft cargo door, the rear cargo door. So this is where all the AKEs and all the big cans that you guys see being loaded onto the plane go with baggage and luggage and cargo. And this little one right here, if you guys are ever wondering, this is called the manual pit. This is where the last minute bags, strollers, and sound like somebody was singing. So basically, I'm sorry about that. So this is the manual pit right here, and that's for like last minute bags and strollers and whatnot. We have our rear door right here, and we have our registration again, Alpha 6 Echo George Echo. And then coming down to the back of the plane, oh, excuse me, sorry. We have our horizontal stabilizers. As you can see, the little imprint, horizontal stabilizers right there. And then we'll give you a tail view right here. Let's just zoom out. Okay. Let's do it like this, a little side shot. Okay, so going back down to that APU exhaust right there, very detailed, very crisp, very clean. And then we have our tail rudder. You can see the imprints of where the rudder would be. And then our horizontal stabilizers, of course. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a very clean model, you know. It's a very, very clean model. I have no problem with it. I was gonna get the A380, the A380 in the 50th livery, but I just didn't do it. I just didn't do it. I think this one is nice and crisp and just clean all around. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I missed as we hit the 20-minute mark on this video almost. It's a pretty cool model. I don't have any problem with it. Of course, with all Gemini Jets models, you're gonna get your regular stand, your basic stand. As I always say, I do wish Gemini would do a little more with it. You know, like put a plaque right here, you know. But I guess that's just how Gemini is. So we're not gonna talk too much about that. But just going into the stand, pretty self-explanatory. You know, decent stand. I will put it on the stand for you guys just to show you. And we have our black padding right there. That's gonna protect the bottom of your model when you put it on the stand. So, you know, that's pretty nice. So we'll put it on. We'll put it on the stand for you guys just to see what we're working with here. And sometimes you might have a little problem with it sliding in. I don't want to sound graphic on here, but you might have a little struggle with it getting on the stand at first. But it's not that big of a struggle. So yeah, so that is the in-flight version right there. It's a beautiful model, especially with the light hitting it. So yeah, so we'll do a little pan, a little close up. Look at that. It's very beautiful. Very beautiful. And those GE90s, you can never get tired of those GE90 engines. I don't know about you guys. I don't know how you guys feel about the GE90 engines, but they are some bad boys. So, but yeah, the gold title, just clean and crisp, prestigious, and yeah. So be on the lookout. I have a special model coming in. I mean, everybody knows about everybody's seen the new Gemini releases that they've had coming out. Um, you know, they have some pretty good things coming out. I guess I can tell you guys because I'll probably be the first one to do it. I'm not saying that, but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen a review on this aircraft yet. But it is the Condor A330 900 Neo in the peppermint green and white color. So I just ordered that yesterday. Should be here sometime next week, and I will be doing a review on that. So stay tuned for that. But this has been a review of the Gemini Jets 200 scale Emirates 777-300ER in the 50-year livery. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please, you know, like I say in all my videos, no pressure. But give it a thumbs up, give it a couple likes if you want. And until the next time, I hope you guys are well, and we will see you soon. Peace.